Thinking about the times you drove in my car, thinking that I might have drove you too far. And I'm thinking about the love that you laid on my table. I told you not to wander around in the dark. I told you about the swans that they live in the park. Then I told you about a kid and now he's married to Mabel. Yes, I told you that the light goes up and down. Don't you notice how the wheel goes round? And you better pick yourself up from the ground before they bring the curtain down. Just before they bring the curtain down. Talking about a girl that looks quite like you. She didn't have the time to wait in the queue. She cried away her life since she fell off the cradle. Here are the chords that are needed. You'll need a minor chord with the root on the 6th string, a major chord with the root on the 5th string, an E suspended 2nd chord on the 7th, an A minor add 9 chord on the 5th, an open D, and then some simple one-note chords, a C major 7, a G with a B bass note, and a G. The chords in this song start off with the intro. It's basically a power chord version of this A minor chord. So you just play the top 3 notes. And that is just C to E, and then from C to D. And then you do a little G to A for the second time around. I'm going to show a tablature and talk about that intro later. Then for the verse, you go to this A minor, to a D, to the E suspended 2nd chord. And then you add that note there on the 2nd string, 8th fret, to make it an E minor chord. And that's the first 2 lines of any verse. And then it goes to C, to an A minor. And there you can turn it into an A minor 9th chord by adding that note on the 7th fret of the 1st string. To a B minor. And then you do this little A minor add 9 chord to end the verse section. And the second part's a little different. It's based off of a D chord to start, down to a C major 7, but you don't really need a whole C major 7 chord, you just need one note there on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, down to the 2nd fret of the 5th string, down to a G, 3rd fret 6th string, back to a D. And those are the chords that are needed for the song. Here's the intro. Thinking about the times you drove in my car. The key to playing this intro is that the strumming hand just does a down-up pattern continuously, like. And what the fretboard hand does is it either makes the chord or makes a muted string sound at the right time. And you have to learn like when to throw in an upstroke too. And I'm going to show a tablature of this intro in a second. But basically, if you pay attention to my strumming hand, it's just going down, up, down, up. So I'm like down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Here's the intro played slowly. Here's the tablature for the intro. The strum pattern for the verse starts off on the A minor chord, like to the D. So what's happening there is it's basically downstrokes on the down beat. And what I'm doing is I'm hitting the downstroke and then followed by a bass note to the D, and then you get to the E suspended second chord where it's like down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. So on the E suspended second you're down, 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 and then you add that minor note on the second string, 8th fret, down, up, down, up, down, down. So it should be noted that the E is counted for double of the A minor and the D. So the A minor is for 4 beats, 2, 3, 4. The D is for 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the E sus2 to the E minor is for 4 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you get to the C chord, the strumming pattern is similar. And then to the A minor, you play. So there, I'm doing all downstrokes, but I'm adding that 9th. Down, 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 down. So on that 3rd down is when I'm adding the 9th. And then releasing it. And then the B minor to the A minor, add 9. And that's just one strum through to end the section. Here's the second part played slowly. Yes, I told you that the light goes up and down. Don't you notice how the wheel goes round? And you better pick yourself up from the ground before they bring the curtain down. Yes, before they bring the curtain down. Here's the tablature for the second part. I've divided the solo into 5 sections. I'll play each section slowly, and then I'll show the tablature for the section. Here's the guitar solo. Here's section 1 of the solo played slowly. Here's the tablature for section 1 of the solo. Here's section 2 of the solo played slowly. Here's the tablature for section 2 of the solo. Here's section 3 of the solo played slowly. Here's the tablature for section 3 of the solo. Here's section 4 of the solo played slowly. Here's the tablature for section 4 of the solo. Here's section 5 of the solo played slowly. Here's the tablature for section 5 of the solo. Here's the solo played slowly. The rhythm that plays behind the solo is just a continuation of their arpeggio from the second part. If you don't want to play that arpeggio, you can just do a simple strumming pattern of D to a C to a G and back to D. Before it brings it back, it goes to a quick C, so it goes. There are a couple ways to lead into a verse that's played on the bass in the recording, but you can mimic it on the guitar. So the first one comes after the intro ends, and what it is just a walk up from the second fret before you hit the A minor. So it sounds like. And the second one is after you play a verse, you'll come into the second verse, and then you can play. And that one is just open E string, open 6th string, 3rd fret, 4th fret before hitting the A minor. There are a couple riffs you can throw in during the verse. The first one is a short riff. It sounds like this. Thinking about the times you drove in my car. Thinking that I might. What's happening there is when you get to the E suspended 2nd chord and then turn into the E minor chord, you start counting 8th notes. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. So there I brought it back to the A minor for the next part. So as soon as you hit the number 3, you begin that descending run. So it sounds like E suspended 2nd to E minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and back to the A minor. And the notes are E here on the 5th string, 7th fret, down to the 5th fret of the 5th string. So it's E, D, C, B, A. in short. So that's 7th fret, 5th fret, 8th fret, 7th fret to the A minor for the next line. The next riff is a little tricky as the timing goes, but it starts off when you go to that A suspended second, and you count 1 on the E minor chord, and then "and" is going to be your first note, and it's going to be this E note here in the 9th fret of the 3rd string. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down to the C. So that descending run that I did there was E, D, C, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D to the C. So once again it sounds like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the tablature for 2 different bass lines that can be played at the end of the verse lines. There's a riff you can throw in at the end of the 2nd verse. It sounds like this. Then I told you about our kid, now he's married to Mabel. Here's that riff played slowly. Then I told you about our kid, now he's married to Mabel. Here's the tablature for the riff at the end of the 2nd verse. Here's the first fill during the final verse played slowly. Talking about a girl that looks quite like you. She didn't have the time to wait. Here's the tablature for the first fill during the final verse. Here's the 2nd fill during the final verse played slowly. She didn't have the time to wait in the queue. She cried away a lot. Here's the tablature for the 2nd fill during the final verse. Here's the ending riff played slowly. She cried away a life since she fell off the cradle. Here's the tablature for the ending riff.